7 things nobody tells you about living in Northern Nevada. Are you thinking about moving to Northern Nevada? Most people know about or have heard about Lake Tahoe, no state income tax, and the beautiful mountain views. But after helping dozens of people relocate here, I've noticed a few things that catch almost everyone by surprise. Some are great, some are frustrating, and some things I wish people knew about before they packed that moving truck. So today I'm sharing 7 things that nobody seems to tell you before you move to Northern Nevada. Let's jump in. If you're new to my channel, I'm Fether Dugan and I am with Real Broker LLC here in Northern Nevada and on Team Stevens. I am a licensed realtor. I help locals who are currently trying to sell their home, but I also help people who are trying to relocate here to the area, and that includes Reno, Sparks, Carson City, Minden, Gardnerville, and the surrounding areas. If you're considering a move to the area, please subscribe to my channel. I like to post a video at least once a week about what it's really like to live here. One of the biggest surprises that people experience when they move here is the elevation and how it affects them when they're working out, when they're hiking, and then just, in general. So the city generally sits at about 4,500 feet in elevation. And if you're coming from below sea level, this can really impact you. So I don't know where you're coming from. I don't know what you're used to, but that is a change. Now that is our valley, if you will. So the surrounding mountains and some of the neighborhoods are at a higher elevation. Those elevations can be anywhere from 5,500 to 6,000 feet in elevation. So double check that. I use a really cool app on my phone. People are always impressed by it and I don't know why, but it's a little elevation and directional guide. So it tells you what direction we're facing. I'm facing directly north right now, so behind me is south. And my elevation here in my home is 5,150 feet in elevation. Little tidbit for you. So because there is such a difference in elevation depending on where you're at and kind of how the weather comes through and over the mountains, people often assume that all the weather in this area is going to be exactly the same, but it's just not the case. It can vary from Reno to Carson City to Genoa and Gardnerville. So you're just not going to have the same weather day in all those areas at one time, and especially if you're thinking of Incline Village and Lake Tahoe. Basically, I'm telling you, you can drive 20 or 30 minutes and experience a whole different weather pattern, different temperatures, different snow totals, and probably your growing season if you're a gardener like me. Certain areas are going to receive more higher snow totals while others are going to be relatively mild. So the elevation of where your home sits can really impact how often you need to shovel and if you need a snow plow and what plants you want to grow successfully in your yard. When clients tell me that they're moving here, one of the first things we discuss is what kind of climate they actually want to live in and if they're going to be open to what that area's climate is going to be like long term. So number 2 on my list, everyone hears that it's a dry climate. They don't really realize how dry. The first few months can be an adjustment, especially if you're coming from somewhere with a lot of humidity. You may find yourself drinking more water, using lotion more often, and wonder why you're getting shocked whenever you touch a doorknob. Many of my clients do purchase humidifiers when they move here. The upside to all of this, many people enjoy lower humidity, especially compared to other parts of the country. So 90 degrees here feels very different than 90 degrees in Florida or Texas. All right, on to number 3. Enjoying our outdoors can be really versatile. So it might be a season where you can ski in the morning on the slopes at Mount Rose, and then later in the afternoon head to Lake Tahoe and enjoy kayaking or paddleboarding on the lake. One thing we love about living here is the outdoor adventures. One thing I love, and I know a lot of people that move here are really looking forward to and enjoy once they are here, are all of our outdoor recreational options. Depending on the season, You can spend the morning skiing in the mountains at Mount Rose Ski Resort and later enjoy a sunny afternoon in town. Lake Tahoe is so close that it just makes it one of those places that people really love and enjoy. So our hiking trails, biking trails, fishing, camping, off-roading, paddleboarding, and countless other activities outdoors are just right at your fingertips. Everything from the marina in Sparks, where it is a man-filled reservoir, if you will. People enjoy walking around that. They've got great views, eateries, Shields is right there, a really nice outlet mall, and then easily enjoy the Truckee River downtown as well, dipping your feet in or watching the kayakers. And then always Lake Tahoe is so close by. But you have so many different options here to enjoy the outdoors. So many people move here for work and taxes, but they stay because of the lifestyle. So number 4 is our wildfire season, and that's a real thing here. This is something that a lot of relocation buyers really don't know about and are not familiar with in our area, especially because if you've come here before and we haven't been having a high smoke day due to fires in California or Oregon, or even Idaho, then you've never experienced it. But if you live here, you know that there are instances and occasions where that smoke will blow into our area. Even if we have a local fire, that same thing can happen. Some years are hardly noticeable, but other years you can have those health warnings and advisories to stay inside because of the smoke that gets kind of trapped in our valley and in between all the mountains. So it's really important to know that conditions will vary year to year and with what's going on weather-wise and obviously if there's a fire or not. So many residents like myself have indoor air purifiers that we will use on occasion when we're having or experiencing that high smoke in the area. Now this is just part of living in the West, but it is something worthy of understanding before you move here. On to number 5, distances feel different here. Now what do I mean by that? When people first arrive, they often think that everything looks really close together on the map. Then they start driving, and Northern Nevada is pretty spread out. A 20-minute drive from point A to point B is completely normal. The upside to this is that congestion is generally considerably less here compared to most areas that people are moving from, and it's really usually affected if there's construction going on, obviously an accident, and then those heavy commute times. Most of my clients that have relocated here tell me that what locals call traffic and what they used to call traffic are two very different things. All right, number 6, Nevada's tax benefits are great, but they aren't the whole story. Many people know and understand that Nevada has no state income tax. That definitely impacts attraction, but when you're evaluating a move, it's important to look at the entire financial picture. Housing costs, insurance, utilities, HOA fees, and community expenses. These can all vary depending on where you're moving from and where you're moving to. Every situation is different. That's why I always encourage buyers to evaluate the complete cost of what that specific house is going to encounter versus focusing on just one thing, the purchase price, or just one thing, the HOA. Let's wrap it all up together and know what we're dealing with as a whole. Now, number 7, the wind has a personality. Let's talk about something that the locals know really well. Northern Nevada gets windy. And people will ask me, is this normal? And I'll say yes. A lot of people don't want to believe that this is normal, but specific areas, for instance, just this last week, I was with a client come down from Manhattan, New York, and we're very, very interested in the base of the Sierra Nevadas in a specific little town called Genoa. And there were a lot of things on their list that they were really wanting. And what really surprised them when we spent an entire day looking at houses and checking out the area together is that how at the end of the afternoon, right around 3 o'clock, how these big winds picked up considerably. And there are 30 to 40 mile an hour winds in that area, and they happen almost every single day. Now that's not all of northern Nevada, but in that specific area, it's very, very common. And this kind of dissuaded them from moving forward with that specific area. Now, that's a very popular area to live. Homes are increasing in value there. There are a lot of beautiful communities in Genoa. So it's just all your personal preference and taste, and it might be that you need to experience it a little bit to know, well, I just won't spend those 2 hours of the day outside. I'll focus on early mornings, middle of the afternoons, and then when those winds pick up, that's when I know I'll probably spend some time inside. Some days are calm and beautiful, but other days you'll be chasing your patio cushions in the yard. If you spent much time here, you know exactly what I'm talking about. It's one of those things that's not necessarily a negative, it's just a part of life and living here. And eventually you'll find yourself checking the wind forecast to know what's gonna happen later on that day before you maybe decide on what you're gonna do for cooking dinner, barbecuing outside, or maybe doing something inside. So those are 7 things nobody really tells you about living in northern Nevada: the elevation, the dry climate, the outdoor lifestyle, wildfire season, driving distances, the tax advantages, and yes, the wind. None of these are deal breakers for most people. In fact, many of them become the exact reasons why people fall in love with living here. So if you're considering a move to Reno, Sparks, Carson City, Minden, Gardnerville, or anywhere in the local area, drop your questions below. Tell me where you're moving from and maybe what's on your mind. If you're looking for honest, real-world information about living in northern Nevada, make sure to subscribe because that's exactly what I'll be talking about here. I'll see you in the next video.